Hi everybody, Bonnie here. I hope you guys are doing good. I have my bear in a box to show you today. If you've been hanging around the Yarny community here on YouTube, you've probably seen quite a few videos. The lovely Cassandra at Craftably Ever After came up with this awesome crochet along, and I will link her blog down below where all the patterns are. Today is the 31st as I'm recording this, and it was the last day to enter into all of the goodness, but you guys, as soon as she mentioned the bear in a box crochet along, I knew which box I was going to use, and that is this one, my lunchbox from 2nd grade. You guys, I used to have some scrap yarn in this, but this was the perfect box. I mean, it's a Care Bear lunchbox. It's from 1983. Like, seriously. Yeah, look at it, so cute. I remember taking this to school like every day, and it even has my name on it. That's my mom's handwriting. It's a little rusty because, I mean, it's kind of old. There are two different sides to it also. It's just so cute. I don't have the thermos though. I don't know what happened to the thermos. It probably got thrown away. But I still have my lunchbox from 2nd grade. You guys, I always used to have a bologna sandwich with mustard. I can like still smell the school cafeteria if I try hard enough. But yeah, so let me show you my bear in a box. Now I did like clean this because it was dusty, but I did not get rid of the pencil mark. I did that when I was a kid, like tracing the Care Bear and the star and the balloon right there. So I just left it. I was like, you know, why not? I will insert a picture at the end of like the banner hanging and everything, but let me show you my bear. So I knew that I was going to be doing my lunchbox, using my lunchbox, so I knew that my bear would need to be a little smaller to fit in there. I used that skinny chenille yarn, and I think it was a 2.25 hook. I used a small hook, smaller than I usually use, but it worked out great. She's purple because I didn't have a tan in that type of yarn. I had a dark brown, but it was a dark brown, and I do a lot of my crocheting at night, and I knew my eyes just could not take it. So I decided on a purple bear. She's got a little white muzzle. Her coffee cup is right there. She does drink coffee. She drinks it black. Not like me, I have to have my cream. And I also made a little apron for her. And then she was like, reminding me of Alice in Wonderland with that white apron on the blue dress. But it doesn't connect or anything. I did Cassandra's pattern for the dress, except I added one row. It was just a little short, so I wanted it when she sits down, you know, it just covers her lap. So there's my bear and her coffee. I used scrap acrylic yarns for the coffee. Most of it I did use the skinny chenille stuff, so she is very soft. Now the next thing I'll show you is her little bed. You guys, when I made this, I wanted one myself. It's so soft and squishy. Again, it's that skinny chenille yarn. I really do like that yarn. I did use a smaller hook also with it. I used some whites, just gave her a simple white pillow and a granny square blanket to go over her bed. Now on her bed she's got the sun pillow and the little bee. Here is my sun. I didn't have orange or a darker yellow in that skinny chenille yarn, so I used, oops, so I dropped it. So I used the same yarn as this. I just cut that darker part for the sun's rays. And then this bee, which might be my favorite thing. I just love that. That's that dark brown because I didn't have black in the skinny chenille, but it's so cute. I don't know why, but I think the bee might be my favorite part. All right. And then for the bottom of the lunchbox, let me just dump it out here on my lap. Okay, I already showed you the bee. There goes the cake. You guys, I'm having problems. I'm gonna have to go chase down the cake. Okay, I picked up the cake, and then I also picked up the sun, which is now upside down. Whoop. There she is. But the bottom of the lunchbox looks like this. Like, I love how it shows you where to put the thermos and, you know, to make it go up, sitting up, so when you close the lunchbox. But really, I stored my lunchbox like this. And anyways, so to cover up that little thermos area I made a rug. That's a variegated yarn, so the colors did what they did, and then I put that like right there, and then I had her bed up here. Let's see how much stuff I can put on it without it falling. There's her bed. I just love how that kind of like drapes over. I wish I could live in this box, seriously. There's her pillow, and it's gonna start sliding. So I'm just gonna put the sun back on the bed, and the bee, where did I put the bee? There it is. The bee is on my lap. So cute. Oh, I forgot I had a hat for the bear. Briella was cleaning out her things and she didn't want this little tiny hat, so I thought, hey, that's the perfect thing for my little bear. She needed a little something. I'm gonna set her on the bed wearing her hats. And I'm just gonna put her apron. This, I just freehanded it. I think it's a bunch of double crochets and then I chained on either side. Very simple. The next things were to make plates. I made 4 plates. I just had scrap acrylic yarn right next to me, and I'm like, you know what, this is a Care Bear box. We need some colors. So I kind of chose a few colors that I thought matched the lunchbox. And then of course you've got to put plates. You need the food, which I'm keeping in this little basket. Again, this was Briella's that she didn't want anymore, but it's perfect for the food. And now there's a toast with jam in my toast. My toast got squished. My bread must have gotten squished or something. So I made just 1 piece of toast, and then I have a purplish, like grape raspberry jelly. I'll put pictures in so you guys can see it better. But then the other thing to make was egg, because there's this thing called egg on toast. I've never had it. It's not something that I would even like know how to make. What, you just make an egg and you put it on toast maybe? I don't know. But when I have an egg, I don't think of egg on toast. So here's my little egg on the plate. I think of bacon and eggs. So I made some bacon. I made a little bit of bacon there. You can't really see it great on that plate. So let me change plates here. All I did was I just took some scrap yarns and I chained with the red, and then I slip stitched with the pink color. It really looks like bacon. Like it's almost good enough to eat, but you can't eat it because it's not real. So I have those plates, and then this plate here was perfect for my strawberry cheesecake. I made my cake into a strawberry cheesecake one. I didn't do sprinkles because I don't think cheesecakes have sprinkles. I don't know. So there is my, oh, and the bunting. I almost forgot the bunting. And then the bunting that I had just taped it to the lid. This is the skinny chenille yarn. I wish I would have done it in the acrylic yarn though. I think that would have looked better, but it worked. It worked. So I'm just gonna put her back in there. All of the goodies. This would make a great Christmas present, you guys. You could just keep going with this. I had thought, oh, there goes her hat. I had thought, oh, I should have made a blue panel and then put some white clouds here, or the rainbow for the Care Bears. That would have been cute back there. And then I should have crocheted a Care Bear for my bear. You just, once you get started, you can't stop with this project. And I mean, you can do holiday things. You can give it, you know, a Santa hat, or do whatever you want, basically. But I think she looks good, simply in this little blue dress and the hat that fell on the floor. But anyway, that's my bear in a box, upside down. And it does latch too really good. So I will be storing all of the bear in the box goodness in here. So yeah, it's my bear in the box. I actually have some Care Bears from when I was a kid. Not the stuffed animal ones. I always wanted a big stuffed animal Care Bear, but I never got one when I was a kid. I do have the little figurines, which are sitting right next to me. These are my two Care Bears from when I was a kid, Lucky Bear and Friendship Bear. I just cannot stop dropping things today. So anyways, yeah. And these are the good plastic, like the 80s plastic, if you know what I'm talking about. I've got a Care Bear right here. This was my favorite Care Bear. This is the one I always wanted a stuffed animal of. This is Cheer Bear. But this one is from the 2000s. The plastic is just cheaper. Like, I don't know if you can you hear the difference? And it's more shiny and it just feels lighter than this awesome 80s plastic. It's probably not even good for you. Who knows what it's made of. But anyway, and did you notice in the 80s they gave them real hair? There's some real hair up there. And then when they remade them, nope, just hunk of plastic. But they still look cute. I have it on my shelf with my Care Bears in front of the box. And who knows, maybe you'll see my bear in a box again. If I make more things for it. I hope you guys liked seeing what I did with my version of it. Before I drop it, you guys, I don't know what's going on. I think I need a cup of coffee or something. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day, and I will be seeing you soon. Bye, everybody.